Oh man, Dino Crisis, the game first known as Resident Evil with dinosaurs, but eventually becoming a cult classic, giving a bit of a change when going up against new enemies, an interesting narrative, and still implementing the standard survival horror type of themes and gameplay of the RE universe, but mixing it up with a faster paced battles with the dinosaurs. Anyways, what is up you guys, this is DeVuH, and in this video we're going to be doing a Dino Crisis retrospective, and see what made this game amazing, where we cover its gameplay, to its battle mechanics when fighting against the many dinosaurs in the game, to the different scenarios of endings that we can possibly get, depending on our playthrough. Anyways, before we get started, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more retrospective and analysis videos on my channel. Alright, so let's start off with the premise of this game, starting when we see the Secret Operations and Raid Team, also known as SORT, being sent to the facility at Abyss Island, after finding out that the brilliant scientist by the name of Dr. Edward Kirk was seen in that location. With the reasons for his retrieval was because he was leading the development of the third energy technology, which was supposed to be the Earth's next energy source, after foregoing the use of nuclear and fossil fuels. But the story would have him supposedly dead 3 years prior to the start of the game, but was now spotted, giving the mystery as to how he's still alive and what he's been up to these past couple of years, now leading our main characters to acquire Dr. Kirk and retrieve the third energy data, starting this dinosaur survival horror filled game, which is set up with a great scene where we get to see one of the SORT members by the name of Cooper being hunted down by the T-Rex, and it end up like this. So with the general premise in mind, we control Regina throughout the island's facility, figuring out what has happened to the people that was there, while at the same time trying to unsolve the mystery as to why there's so many dinosaurs roaming around the area. But it's revealed later in the game that the third energy technology that Dr. Kirk was developing caused a catastrophe, ripping through space-time and having a portion of the island being swapped with a prehistoric land version of itself, bringing the dinosaurs to our time. But the only way to stop this mess was having Regina overloading the third energy generator, possibly causing the island to be wiped out, which in the end, Dino Crisis gives us players an option on how our ending plays out.
All set? It's time to make like a tree and get out of here.
Which is similar to Resident Evil 1, and how the choices we make will determine how we escape and who we escape with, which is influence on who we choose to follow, either Gil or Rick, which was prevalent from the very beginning of the game.
It must be Cooper.
Yeah, or it might be Tom. He infiltrated this facility posing as one of the researchers. Can you pinpoint the signal?
It's coming from outside of the building, to the east of the rear entrance we came in from.
Look, we'll deal with it later. Our first priority is the survivor in the underground. It could be the doc.
What are you talking about? He's asking for our help. We don't leave our own behind.
And what if it's a trap? Would you want one of us to come and rescue you?
Don't bother. I'm willing to take that risk.
Remember our mission. We're not here to babysit.
That's your way of operating, not mine.
Because either way, we'll have a chance to leave the area by helicopter or by boat, but in both scenarios we'll be chased after by the T-Rex, as we try to make our final escape, while at the same time we had the option of capturing Dr. Kirk and keeping Gale alive or not. So it was great to have some options to our ending, giving us a chance to change our playthrough, adding a bit of replay value. So overall, the story itself was solid, creating the premise about the third energy technology, causing the dinosaurs to be brought to our time, setting the foundations that will be used for the plot of Dino Crisis 2, where we have the chance to see our main character Regina be that awesome female lead, finding the many dinosaurs that impede in her way. So anyways, with the general story covered, let's move on to the graphics and overall gameplay of this title. So for those of you longtime Resident Evil fans, if you've ever played the earlier entries, then you should feel right at home playing Dino Crisis, because it has us players still playing that tanky control scheme. But one of the biggest changes that they did was that they changed it up from having a pre-rendered background that we saw from Resident Evil to implementing a 3D style of gameplay setting, allowing us to have a depth perception, with some examples was when we get to see the camera follow our characters down certain environments, foregoing the static pre-rendered backgrounds that we got used to in the earlier Resident Evil titles.
That's disgusting.
Also, another prevalent thing in Dino Crisis is that it takes heed to the survival horror aspect, which is still the lack of ammo, the showcasing of gore, and the claustrophobic environments that we traverse throughout the game. Also, the puzzles and backtracking is similar to the Resident Evil series, so the veterans of that franchise will have a firm grasp of this overall gameplay. Anyways, the freshness of fighting dinosaurs instead of the many zombies and BOWs is a great change, because it was shown very early in the game that these adversaries are nothing to be trifled with. I was even surprised when I first played this title that the Velociraptor was able to jump over the fence, making you think that you can't truly get away. Also, having the T-Rex confront us so early in our playthrough was a great touch, which pretty much foreshadows our later encounters with it. Anyways, in the end, Dino Crisis gives us players a solid and familiar gameplay style that longtime Resident Evil fans can easily pick up, where it still retains that horror aspect to a certain degree, but mixing enough action and opening for new narratives for future releases, becoming one of Capcom's instant classics. But I just hope maybe we can have some type of confirmation of a possible Dino Crisis Remake release sometime in the near future, because it was stated by a known leaker that the developers from Capcom are in works for this game, using the new RE engine to achieve the many possible remakes that can be done from their previous hit titles. Anyways, what do you guys think of Dino Crisis 1? And do you guys think we should have a Dino Crisis remake in the future? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys enjoyed this quick retrospective video, please feel free to hit that notification bell icon so you guys can be alerted when I upload my next video. Anyways, thank you guys so much, and as always, you guys have a great rest of your day, and this is Hey DeVuH, signing out.